This is not what I want to see on my basement floor. We have a leak. Originally, I thought it was the water softener because you can see salt residue down there. So yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I bypassed the water softener with my intricate set of valves up there. And it's not the water softener. It's the water heater. Check this out. So earlier today, I came down to see if my spot was drying up. And I found that the pressure relief valve is actually leaking. So today, we're going to swap it out with a new one. All right, a trip to my favorite place, yes, Home Depot. I picked up the pressure relief valve. I have some plumber's sealant tape. It's different than the white silicone or the white Teflon tape. That stuff is really there just to lube up the joints when you screw things together. This one actually seals it. We want this to be sealed nice and tight. So what I have to do first is I'm going to turn off the water. I'm going to have the wife turn on the hot water tap upstairs to drain. I have my hose hooked up. We're going to drain part of the water heater and get the water out of the house. And then I will take that thing off. We'll put a new one on. So please stand by. I'm going to drain the water. We'll be right back. All right.
For how long?
Till it stops running. I'll tell you when. Just leave it on. It'll be okay. All right, so the valves are off. The hot water is running upstairs. We're going to drain it here. I have my hose going over to my drain. Now let's get in here and get this party started. Okay, here we go. So this thing is 13 years old. It's the first problem I've had with it. I also realized I've never replaced the anode, so I bought a new anode for it. Unfortunately, I don't have the right size socket. It's larger than 1 inch. I should have checked that while I was at the store, but I didn't. I hear the pump running. The water's draining. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Did it stop? No, I hear it running. Okay. All right, good. So there's a lot of water, 2-story house. Water upstairs. Okay, good. Okay, we got the pressure off. Turn off the valve again. And I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to stop the video for just a second so I can put the camera down and find a better spot. Yeah, I know the lighting's not ideal. It's a basement after all. Let's get this thing apart. Nice and warm, as you would expect, I guess. 80-gallon water heater. Gets pretty hot. Set this aside. And it's still draining. I'm going to let a little more off the pressure valve down here, the drain valve. Up. Go ahead and take this the rest of the way out. I've got the new one ready to go. Clean out the gunk. Put the new one in. Okay. A minute to do another lap. don't know if I dare go one more turn. Feels like I could. Yeah. Okay, let's call that a day. Let's get some water pressure going. Turn my valves back on the wall. There's a valve on top of the water heater too. I didn't show this one before. Start refilling. I'll put this other tube on after I know this isn't leaking. So we'll give this a few minutes. Okay, all in all, it's been pretty easy. I can't really see the seal inside there. It is nice and tight though. I did a couple of good rounds with it. Yep, there's pressure. All right, in a couple of days, this water on the ground will dry. Then I'll put the water softener back into service and we'll see if there's any new water on the floor. Make sure I didn't have two problems instead of just the one. So we'll put the other pipe back on and call it a day. There we have it. The valve's on. The house is filling back up with water. Let's go over here in some better light and look at this thing. So this is the old valve. I guess it's just 13 years old, you know? Who knows why it quit? Something gave out. No longer holding it full pressure. I'm glad I found it before it just let go completely and flooded my basement. Next, we'll tackle the anode. Just have to get the larger socket.